Okay, I think I need to tidy up a bit in here before I start this. Right, that's better. It feels tidier now. Hello chickpeas, I am back at uni, as you can tell. I'm not at home. So I thought I would do a uni related video. Obviously I'm back in student castle. I'm back in my room. I'm in a different room now than what I was last time, but everything's on the same side because I asked for it, because I don't think I could deal with having my bed on the wrong side. I'm a creature of habit and I feel like I needed that. I've kind of stuck to similar kind of things, putting things in similar places, but should I show you around anyway? I'm gonna pretend you said yes. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's go. So last year I think I just put this on my Instagram rather than on my YouTube, because I didn't have a YouTube then. So if you didn't see it last time, what are you doing? This is a student castle room. So I'm in the, I think it's a Clifford flat. So there's 6 rooms to a kitchen. Last year I was on where it was like 3 rooms, a kitchen, then 3 rooms. This one I'm on like 6 rooms, and there's a kitchen at the end, and I'm right at the end, next to the front door. If we're quiet, I'll show you. But I don't really talk to anyone yet, so I don't want to be like, hello, I'm filming. So I'll show you quickly. There's someone in there. But yeah, that was the corridor. So when you walk in, you have the bathroom on the right or the left, depending what room you've got. So this is it. Obviously you got your towels. There's a heated towel rack. There's the mirror. Hello. Storage and the mirror. Shower with a waterfall. Right, okay, not chicken. A waterfall shower thing and a normal shower head, which is, you know, ballin'. Obviously a toilet. I've got a bath mat and a hook for another towel. This is it when you walk in. There's a bit messy, so ignore that. Still got stuff everywhere. There is the mirror on the wardrobe, which you'll see a lot because this is the only place I take selfies in. So, and then in here's the wardrobe with the motion sensor light. The bathroom has that as well, which is, you know, it's good, but when you are in the middle of the night needing a wee and you go in the light, you don't have a choice whether the light goes on or not. It kind of blinds you a little bit and you're like, oh, I didn't need this in my life. But never mind. Back on the wardrobe. Oh, come on. There. Put everything in there, which it was aesthetically pleasing. It's not so much anymore. Is that better? I don't know. Never mind. Then all my long skirts, my jacket, and everything. There's plenty of storage, and then there's shelves there as well. And there's loads of space under the bed, which you can't really see, but it goes all the way to the end of the room. So it's like storage underneath the bed, which is kind of creepy because you're lying in bed and you're like, there's empty space below me, there could be anything underneath, but I'm not gonna let that creep into my mind because I get scared really easily and it's not what I need in my life. Anyway, obviously the bed, I got some big cushions because it makes it look nicer. They're velvet shelves, which I'm quite proud of, apart from I need some stuff for there, and because it looks pretty empty. Get a TV, which is kind of rare in student accommodation, which I like because I like having a TV. There's some fairy lights there. Oh my god, these fairy lights come with a remote. A remote? I'll find it. So when I'm in bed, I can just click the on button and they're on. I don't know if you can see it, can you? And then if you click the off button, they go off. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, you have the desk. I have a room. This this year looking into the courtyard, which is cute. You can see into everyone's rooms, but it's cute. And then I've done my notice board. So obviously I've left space for uni stuff that I haven't got yet, and I've got pictures along the top. Shout out to those features. Yeah. And a scratch map thing. Whoa, that went zoomed in. Didn't need that there, did I? But yeah, that's my room. This, like I said, this year I've got a courtyard facing room, because last year I was on the other side. So this is kind of in like a U shape with a little bit extra on, and I'm in this bit now when I was in that bit. So I was facing that way over the York St John students halls, and it was really, really loud because they obviously like to drink, and I think that accommodation is actually known for being the rowdy accommodation. The fire alarm went off like every 2 weeks, like as in fireman came, the sirens on and the lights on, and it was about every 2 weeks. And then everybody would be coming out at like 3 AM singing Jeremy Corbyn, which is cool, but it's not what you want in your life, especially on exam week when they didn't stop. So today I'm talking I'm talking really quietly because the girl next to me, I don't really know that well, and I feel like she's gonna think I'm a bit crazy just talking to myself, but I suppose I could pretend that I'm on the phone. I don't know. I need to stop being embarrassed. So I thought I would come on here and talk about kind of like why I went to uni, because obviously I was a personal trainer and I was really happy. So I feel like some people might be like, why have you kind of like fucked up your life and gone to uni and left Jack and moved away from the northeast? So obviously you guys know my mental health story. If you don't, watch the video. I'll put the link below. Watch it, because that'll make this a lot easier. Then I don't have to go through all that again. So watch it. So when I went into personal training, I had, maybe I should start why I left school and stuff. No. When I was in personal training, obviously I had no intention of going to uni at all. I was like, I'm a personal trainer, this is gonna be me. I'll just work my way up. I was like, I'll open my own gym at some point, because that's kind of what every personal trainer wants to do. Kinda. And then when I was doing it and I finally started getting a few clients, because it took a long time to build it up, I was like, I found myself wanting to focus more on people's like mental growth rather than just their physical growth. So it made me like kind of think, okay, maybe I should focus more on psychology. And I was like, well, the reason that I've got into personal training, as I've said in the other video, was because I wanted to help people integrate exercise in their life like I integrated exercise in my life to help improve my mental health. And just when I got into personal training, like into it, I was like, I want to do mental health a bit more than what I'm allowed to in PT, because obviously we only have a certain scope that we're allowed to do. No mental health stuff covers that, apart from obviously being like there for your clients. So I wanted to get a degree to be able to talk about mental health with people and help them through whether counselling or whatever. So I started a access to HE course at Newcastle College, which was brill, because if you know Newcastle St James Pure Gym, it's literally in front of the college, so it's like not even like a 2-minute walk. So I went there and I did sports studies, because I thought, basically I emailed the college being like, this is what I want to do. Well, I didn't. I emailed the sports studies guy and I was like, this is what I want to do. Should I do sports studies or should I do social sciences? And he was like, do sports studies. Do it. But of course I'm going to get that from the sports studies guy. But I did sports studies because it was more relevant to my clients at the time, because obviously I was personal training at the same time. So it made more sense. And I had a sports psychology unit in there, which was kind of what I decided what I think I was going to do. So I was like, I'll go to uni at Northumbria, still personal train, and then afterwards I'll go into sports psychology and do sports psychology, because I've always said I would love to work with like Olympic teams or like just GB teams or that kind of stuff. So I was like, I'll just do that. It'll be hard to get to that stage, but I'll work my way up to it. So I did my Access to HE course. That was a year college course. I would explain a bit more about them, but I don't think they run them anymore. But I think there's an equivalent now. So basically, if you don't have A levels or the qualifications to get you to uni, which I didn't because I left sixth form a year and a half way through, you can do an Access to HE course, which just gives you access to HE, higher education. Obviously, it doesn't do anything else. It's not a qualification in its own right. It literally just gets you uni. It costs, but you can get a loan from student finance, but if you go to HE, that loan gets written off, so you don't have to pay it. So I did that for the year, and when I was filming my UCAS stuff, I was kind of just like, I'm gonna go to Northumbria because it's local. I wanted to go to Newcastle, but I couldn't get into Newcastle because basically in the Access to HE you had credits on different subjects, and you needed more biology and psychology ones that I could ever get in my course. Like, the course didn't offer that many credits, so I couldn't get into Newcastle. So I was like, I'll just go to Northumbria because I knew people doing psychology in Northumbria anyway. I was like, they've said it's great, I'll do that. So I wasn't sure whether to do sports psychology or just main psychology because they offer both. Well, they don't, but that's a different story. Basically, I applied for it, and then they were like, it went off me UCAS, and I was like, where's that going? So I rang them and like, oh yeah, we're not running the course anymore. I was like, great. I just put kind of like filler ones in. So I think I did Northumbria psychology, Northumbria sports psychology. I think I did like Wales sports psych. No, did I put that in? I was looking at Wales sports psychology because they had a really good course. And then when I went, because the Access to HE course, it was run by, I'll say something called Foundation 1 or something like that. They put on a exhibition thing in the Centre for Life in Newcastle where universities could come, and it was specific to Access to HE because not a lot of people know about Access to HE, so they'd send people who were meant to know about the course, a lot of them didn't, to talk to you about it. And when I went, this happened the last time as well, but I'm getting off topic. When I went, I was just looking around, and I also wanted to go to Durham, but when I talked to the Durham, they were like, you'd have to do a foundation year to get into Durham. And I mean, I was going to uni older than what everyone else would be anyway. I was like, I'm not wasting another year. So Durham was out of the question. I was just picking up loads of prospectuses, and then I picked up a York St John's one, I picked up a Uni of York one, and I picked up Teesside, but I really didn't want to go Teesside. But I picked up loads of prospectuses, and when I looked at them and stuff, I was like, oh, I was like looking at uni, looking at Uni of York. And I was like, but I'll never get in because it's a Russell Group uni, Access to HE, I'm not going to get in. But I put it on UCAS just as a why not. I think I put York St John's as well, but I put it, I was like, why not? I don't care if I get declined, I'm going to go to Northumbria. So I waited forever for UCAS results to get back, and then I got an offer of Uni of York, and I was like, well, I'm not going to go, but they had a post-offer open day, and I hadn't been to any open days. I just kind of like shoved I just shoved options in. So I was like, maybe we and Jack should go just for a day out, because we're like, you know what it's like. You can get bored, especially in Northumberland, there's not a lot to do. So we're like, why don't we just go for a day out, we'll look at the uni, maybe go around York if we've got time, go to the designer outlet and see what it's like. And Jack was like, yeah, let's do it, we'll just go. So we went, and then I really liked the uni, which kind of messed things up a bit, because me and Jack obviously, like, we didn't have a plan, but we're like, we knew what we wanted to do and everything, and obviously we'd just moved in together. I think at that point we'd only been moved in together like 3 months, 2 months. So it was kind of like, Sarah, why have you done this? But I decided that I wanted to go to Uni of York, because I went to Northumbria day after, and it didn't feel as good. Like, don't get me wrong, Northumbria sounds great from everybody I've heard who've done that undergrad there. It does, but when I came to York, obviously psychology, a lot of people do psychology, but not a lot of people take it seriously. The amount of arguments I've had with people where they're like, psychology is not real science, or you don't really do much in psychology, do you? And I feel like that's kind of like a common theme. When I came to uni in York, psychology had its own building, which was kind of like a huge deal. Like, it had its own building, and when I went in, it had its own lecture theatre. It had like loads, it had loads. And then when I went into Northumbria, it was kind of, the open day wasn't well organised, and it was just kind of like shoved in one of their buildings, which is fine. Obviously you've got to use the resources you've got, and Northumbria is in the centre of town, so it's very restricted on the amount of space it can have. But I don't know, when I came here I just felt like they'd like take it more seriously. So I decided I want to come to New York, and obviously me and Jack had to talk about it on how it would work, and we were originally going to move down here and buy a house, but then deposits, and then we're like, well, what was the original plan? Well, Jack wanted to work a certain amount of time at his current job before he left. So I think I said I would commute up until January from Newcastle to York every day. And then in January we'd move down here. That was the original plan. And then once it kind of got closer to September time, we were thinking, yeah, we don't have the resources to move. Jack didn't really want to leave his job. I wasn't sure whether York was definitely going to be the right place for us to buy a house or to live. So we're like, well, why don't I just go into halls for the first year, and we'll see how it feels. I'll get a chance to see York. Jack can come and visit me, because we'd never been to York. Even on the open day we didn't get a chance to come in, because the open day lasted all day. I think we went to the designer outlet, but that's outside of York. And the uni, I don't know if people know, there's like York, and then the uni's like here, so it wasn't even in York, so it gives us a chance to like taper into it. So I applied to halls way after the deadline, and then when all the accommodation got released and people got told where they were living, I got an email being like, yeah, we don't have a room for you, go to Student Castle. So they referred me here, and it's very, very expensive. That's kind of the catch. But it was my own fault for not applying before the deadline. I should have just done it anyway, just in case, but never mind. At the time I was kind of like distraught that I didn't get in a halls. I was like, I'm not gonna have the same experience as everyone, I'm not gonna meet anyone. But I'm so glad now that I've looked at some of the halls. I'm really glad that I'm here. Obviously when I came here, I was like, I'm gonna do sports psychology. That was it. I was like, I'm here to do sports psychology. No, that's not true actually. I came here being like sports psychology, but if I change my mind, I'm very open to that. Like, I know I might not definitely go into sports psychology. And then as kind of like first year went on, I've kind of changed my mind a little bit. So I would really still like to do sports psychology, but all the jobs are in London, and I don't want to. I don't like London at all, so I don't really want to live in London, and I don't want to have to go to London to get a job. So looking kind of more, do I have the opportunity to do the jobs kind of thing, I don't think I'm going to do sports psychology anymore. I think I want to go in educational, which isn't teaching. It's not teaching. Before you think, oh, she's just going to become a teacher. It's not teaching. It's basically you work for like councils, or you can work for like private schools, and you basically go in and you tell them what they need to do to like make their schools better with like mental health and psychology and all that kind of stuff. So I think I want to do that, or clinical. I haven't quite decided yet. If I do clinical, I think I want to do clinical with children. That's kind of where I am at the minute. I'm very dead set. And that's obviously why I did like NCS, because I needed experience with that age range. And that's it. That's kind of where I'm. That was kind of my uni journey. Obviously I'm second year now, which is scary as fuck, because it counts now. I'm back in Castle this year because I didn't find anyone to live with last year. But you know what, it's got a gym, it's got 24/7 security, and I like it. But now that I'm here for the second year, me and Jack have decided not to move down here at all together. Purely because after the first year I have kind of learned how much being around my family means to me, and how much I love Northumberland. I mean, I love York, it's super nice. It's kind of like a big Morpeth in my opinion, because it's not like a city, it's like a market town city. It's weird, but it's so nice. But I kind of love Northumberland a lot, and I don't really want to leave it. So me and Jack, well, Jack's staying up there. We've still got our flat, he's still in the flat. Obviously I'm here at term time, but I try to go home like every 2 weeks, but we are trying to save for a house now, so I might not be going back as much, because I'm going to try and start doing Deliveroo or Uber Eats or whatever, which would be fun, because I can barely balance on a bike with just my weight. I don't mind carrying food. I'm sure I'll manage. But yeah, that's it. We're going to buy a house up there, we hope. Maybe after I've finished uni, because there's kind of no point in buying a house when I'm not going to be there. And we love our flat, so we're staying in the flat. That's it. I just wanted to fill people in on why I went to uni in the first place, because obviously I've talked to people and some people know, but not everyone might not know. You guys might not know. If you want to see any more uni kind of related stuff, like I could do like what I think I must have in a uni room, or all that kind of stuff. If you want to know more about Uni of York or psychology or student castle, there's not much more to tell about student castle, to be honest, but if that's what you want, I'll do that. I will provide. Right, I am going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching another video. All the usual crap about like the video, subscribe, all that shit. I will speak to you soon.